the bag. Oh my goodness. This thing is huge. All right, let me save you $350 really quick. You do not need a StreamDeck Plus XL to be a successful streamer. But also, at a certain point, you might. So that's where things get a little bit confusing, because if you spend any time watching streamers or YouTube videos, it feels like everyone has one of these things. Custom buttons, glowing lights, full control sitting at your desk like they're about to launch a spaceship, but really they're just sitting there playing Fortnite and forgetting to unmute their microphone still. It makes you feel like if you don't have one, you're already behind in the streaming game. But the real question isn't whether you need a Stream Deck. The real question is, what stage of streaming are you actually in? So this right here is the StreamDeck Plus XL. And I want to talk really quick about its 36 customizable LCD keys. It's got a much larger touch strip than the StreamDeck Plus, as well as 6 knobs down here instead of the 4 on the traditional StreamDeck Plus. The biggest and most powerful Stream Deck that Elgato has made to date, and I can't wait to really customize this thing, put it together, and start putting it to good use. But at $349.99, is this worth the cost? So reframing the question that most people ask about this device, do I need this or any other specific piece of gear to succeed? And the short answer is no, you don't need any specific piece of gear to succeed. The way that you need to reframe your thinking around this is that streaming and content creation isn't a single step. You don't just start streaming and you're there. It's a progression. What you need at the very beginning of your journey is very different from what you need once you're trying to grow and scale and go full time. It's kind of like going to the pub. When you first walk in, you don't need a custom engraved mug. You don't need the loyalty punch card. You just need a drink.
Yo, I'll have my usual.
Who are you? So instead of asking if a Stream Deck is necessary, it makes way more sense to ask when it becomes useful and what problems it's actually solving for you. If you're just starting out in the streaming and content creation world, you're still figuring out your setup in general and you're getting comfortable going live. You probably don't need a Stream Deck. Your biggest problem isn't going to be your gear. It's learning how to talk when nobody's watching. It's getting over that awkward feeling of being on camera and actually hitting the go live button consistently. That's the hard part. And unfortunately, no amount of RGB buttons in front of you is going to make it easier to talk to people. Don't worry, I've tried. Honestly, they just kind of sit there glowing very supportively, but they don't help. Now, could a Stream Deck actually help at the beginning stages of your streaming career? Sure, absolutely. You can switch scenes a little bit faster. You can mute your microphone a little bit more easily, and maybe your stream looks a little bit more polished because everything is centralized. But I've been using my original Stream Deck for years, and even at its most basic, it can be super useful, but you definitely don't need one to be successful. Once you start streaming regularly and move up to stage 2, things begin to shift a little bit. I like to call stage 2 consistency. This is where streaming really starts to feel messy. You finally start to feel a little bit more confident in what you're doing, but you start wanting to add more and more on. You forget to clip something to post on TikTok. You switch your scenes just a little bit too late. Your music is too loud and you're scrambling to fix it. You're alt-tabbing like you're trying to play a competitive game of find the right window before chat notices. This is where friction starts to show up. As your stream gets more complex, something like a Stream Deck starts to become a little bit more of a solution rather than the problem itself of being too complicated. It's no longer just a cool accessory, it starts solving those real problems. One button can create a vertical clip of your stream. One button can switch multiple scenes, turn up your music, and turn on the flashing celebration lights behind you. One button can fix your audio without you breaking your flow of your game. It's like having a bartender who already knows your order and just hands your drink to you before you even ask for it. You still don't technically need it, but it is really nice.
Hey, Devin, the usual? Yeah, thanks, Devin. Appreciate it.
And it's something that is becoming more meaningful at this stage of your streaming journey. This is the stage where high-end tools start to begin to unlock progress more than just an upgrading gear. They unlock that consistency. They don't make you a better streamer, but they remove a little bit of those small annoyances that make it harder to show up and perform at your best. Most of these annoyances you don't even know exist until you've been streaming for at least a little bit. If you keep going and start taking streaming more seriously, your problems continue to evolve. At this stage, I call stage 3, it's not about starting anymore. It's all about time. Time before your stream, time during your stream, and the time after your stream. You start realizing how many small, repetitive actions you're doing every single session. This is where something like the StreamDeck XL can really actually start to shine. Now you can automate things that you didn't even know existed before. One button can be programmed to open OBS, start your stream, set your scenes, turn on your lights, play your music. Instead of thinking about those 10 different steps, you press one button and everything just works. It's the closest most of us will ever get to feeling like a wizard. A very tired wizard, most of the time holding some caffeine or a beer, depends on what time of day it is. Now, don't get me wrong, this kind of automation takes a long time to set up. It takes a lot of work, a lot of knowing exactly what you want done, and knowing exactly what tools you need to do it. Maybe knowing how to get your API key for your smart lights so that you can code a quick Python script to change colors based on how many people are currently chatting in your stream. At this stage, it's not about whether you need a Stream Deck. It's typically about how long you can afford to keep doing these things manually. After working with different content creators for so many years, this is where you stop being a streamer and start building a system that works for you. And systems are what allow you to scale. And I really think that something like the StreamDeck XL is probably one of the best tools to be able to build, scale, and optimize your workflows. It is quite the powerhouse. Here's the part that most people don't think about. Tools don't make you successful. A bad streamer with a Stream Deck is still a really bad streamer. They just have some really cool buttons while being bad at it. But a good streamer dealing with a lot of friction is going to struggle with staying consistent. What tools like this actually do is remove that friction that's slowing you down. They don't create skill, they allow your skill to show up more consistently. A Stream Deck doesn't create success, it amplifies what's already there. If you have good habits, it makes them easier to execute. If you don't, it just sits on your desk, judging you with tiny little glowing squares. And honestly, there's much cheaper ways to get that done. So is the Stream Deck XL actually worth the money? I think it depends. If you are consistent, if you're streaming regularly, if you're starting to feel that friction in your setup, if you are trying to turn your streams into content, then yes, I think that this absolutely can be worth it. It saves time, reduces mistakes, and helps you stay focused in the long run. But if you're not consistent yet, if you're still at that stage 1, I really feel like there are better things that you could be spending your time and money on than buying gear that you think is magically going to fix your content. And honestly, the bigger picture here isn't even about the Stream Deck itself. The goal isn't to keep adding more gear to your setup. The biggest goal that content creators should have is how to remove that friction and those extra decisions. Every time you have to think about what button to press, what scene to switch to, or how to fix something midstream, you're taking energy away from being entertaining. Tools like this are just the first step towards automation and systems that let you focus on what actually matters. The best streamers aren't always successful because they work harder or put in more hours. Most of the time, they're successful because they've removed friction from their processes, whether it's with devices like this or not. So no, you don't need a StreamDeck Plus XL to be a successful streamer. But if you're serious about growing, at some point you're probably going to need a system that helps you stay consistent and efficient. And tools like this are one way to build those systems. What are some things that you do for your system that would be made easier with the StreamDeck Plus XL? Let me know down in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one right over here. Cheers.